got my new art journal and I've got my new Kuretake paints, and I've decided that I'm just going to doodle some trees just to test out these paints, see how they work, how the colours work, and also test out this lovely rag paper art journal that I'm going to be doing on a regular basis, completing little pages here and there. So great opportunity to test out my Kuretake paints, utilizing some of the colors and just seeing how they work. And I'm really adoring this art journal, just the way it soaks up the paint, really takes it off your paintbrush and lays it on lushly. So I'm just going to keep layering and adding and just seeing how this works out. This is a really fun art process, a little bit of practice, and it just really gets you in that zone. So if you've got a spare, say 20 minutes, I think this may have taken me maybe 30 minutes to complete all in all, with waiting for the first layer to dry. But if you've got those spare minutes, maybe you can do the first layer, leave it, put it to one side, come back at a later date and do the second layer on top. So you don't really need bags of time to complete something like this, and you don't need to do as many trees as I've done. You may want to swap it up and do little flowers. That one looks a bit like a flower to me, and you will really enjoy the process. It's just a bit of doodle time. So I'm really pleased I've got these Kuretake paints. I had got the set of, I think it's 24, and really enjoyed using those, but always wanted the larger set. And I'm now trying them out and I think they're really, really lush, really enjoying using them. So I've let that first layer dry, and what I've done now, I've got a smaller brush so that I can add some detail. I mean, you might not want to add the detail. You may think, oh, I quite like it as it is, but I wanted to continue. So I just thought, well, I'll just get some different colours, put them inside and just see what shapes I can come up with, really. A lot of them are repeat shapes. I mean, branches and little baubles on those branches. So could be sort of Christmassy tree kind of trees. But then, others are slightly different. So just adding those details as I go, just enjoying the process and just enjoying being in that doodle time. That time where you're just not thinking about anything, your worries have just gone and you just feel totally relaxed and in the zone. I hope you get to try this. As you can see, it's so easy to do, and I hope you like it. If you like it, maybe you'll consider liking and subscribing. Maybe you'll leave me a comment and let me know how you get on. I'd love to hear from you. It would be really nice to hear what you're up to, what your art journey's about, and what your hopes and dreams are. Okay, so just continuing again, adding different colours onto the page, just layering up as I go. So I'm looking forward to doing this art journal and having that record in time as to what piece you did first, and then second and third. And you can always look back on them, can't you? And you can utilise them sometimes, add some more detail on top. So really looking forward to it. And I love this paper. It's just so, so nice. Like I said before, it really soaks up the paint, really nice, rough texture, so really interesting to work with. I'm a real fan of cold pressed watercolour paper. The hot pressed, not so much, though that is so good for doing, your fine detail or your florals. But for me, it's the cold press that I love. I just love that rough texture and the way the paints granulate over the top of it. You'll see at the end exactly what I decided to paint on there. Yeah, it was a little bit of a hard decision, not knowing whether something's going to complement what you've already painted. It sort of complements, but it's not the same. It's not even the same genre. But it seemed to work. So you'll get a glimpse of that in a bit. That blank page next to it is just screaming out for a bit of paint, isn't it? It just looks so bland, so pale. It's as though it's looking longingly at that first page. So coming to the end of that page, just finishing up on the last few little trees, just adding that little detail here and there. And I think it's worked rather well. I quite adore some of the trees. Some of them I'm not too happy with, but that's okay. The ones that I like outshine the ones that I don't like, so it's not a problem at all. So adding these last little bits here and there, and then you can see what the finished product looks like. So I'm really, really pleased with that. And you can also see what I decided to paint on the next picture. So hopefully you'll tune in and watch that, and hope to see you again soon.